quite ready here. I'm not ready at all. It hits go. I am no friend to myself. All right, so I'm gonna put on my squishy cover to help with sound, maybe. Anyways, I'm live. Welcome back to another episode of Flossie and Sade, where I use my hair clip as a bookmark, and we talk about this book called, actually it's a collection of books. It's my new friend Flossie. Do I need to turn that down? My new friend Flossie. And it's the game of life and how to play it. And we're not talking about that board game where you had 1 billion kids. All right, maybe 6. Did I tell Sade? And we're not talking about the board game. Hi, Hippie25. How have you been? How's your day? And fill me in the chat. So I enjoyed going back and watching the chat, reading the chat for the previous live streams. I've taken a few more pages of notes for chapter 4. So did anybody buy this book? I think Kathy said she was gonna get it. And let me know what you're thinking. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if I counted right. What? Gary checked out? Your turtle ascended? He checked out? Oh my gosh. Did this just happen last night? Because I thought about checking out too. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at Gary. I'm not laughing at Gary. I'm just saying, I was really feeling the full moon last night. Like, I think it might actually be like the height tonight, but I was like, last night, it was just like drudging up. And what a great reminder today to get this book. And the best thing I could have done, and I did eventually do last night, was be non-resistant and be like water. So that's actually what we're going to talk about tonight with the 4th chapter of this book, The Law of Non-Resistance. And I'll put a link in the description at some point where you can get this book on divorcepublications.com. But yeah, I love it. But last night, like in the middle of in your sadness and your anger and whatever the full moon's bringing up for you, he went to the creek in the sky, and now it's like, just be okay with it, right? So here's my first page of notes. I think I'll just go over the notes. I only wrote 1 affirmation. Maybe I could try to summon, or maybe you guys could help me think of some additional affirmations to add to my pile. If not, my 1 affirmation that I went ahead and wrote is, it is my divine right to have plenty, more than enough. Damn it, more than enough. So that's the only one I got. But I just was kind of wrapping this up, and I was like, you know what? While it's still fresh in your mind, talk about it, right? So here is what I got from chapter 4, from Florence Scovel Shinn's book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. This is from the edition for women, and I love it. I love it. So anyways, and I love you too. It's hot. It's hot whenever I sit in front of this, but I'm glad that you are here. And be water is the first thing I have on my notes. Be water. So in this book, it talks about how the Chinese people, or whatever studies, think that water is the most powerful element because it is the most non-resistant element, and that's what gives it's that immense power. It can go around anything. It has like patience to go through things. It's it just erodes. Water is perfectly non-resistant. So we need to remember, as I be air, we need to remember to be water. Okay, we need to flow with life. We need to flow with our problems. We need to not let anything affect us, right? If you can be water, think about that. So be water. I wrote down on my notes that you'll be able to get at herboracle.blogspot.com. I'll post them there eventually, hopefully tonight. I wrote down resistance is hell. That's what they said in the book. Resistance is hell because it feels like that terrible because it places people in a state of torment. So when you're resisting, you are tormented, right? So if you can be non-resistant, then it's like, so if somebody's teasing you and you're like, yeah, don't tease me, right? That's resisting. That makes it feel like it's horrible, like that person's making your life a living hell. Okay, but if you can be non-resistant, like, you affect me not. You know, like, I am water, you little turd. I'll just slosh around ya, and then you're not in a state of torment anymore. So it is powerful to go with the flow. And this just works out so synchronistically good timing with our herb of the week at Herb Oracle, because our herb of the week is red clover, and she talked all this morning in that podcast about flow, removing stagnation, tranquility, just going with it, removing blockages. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how that works. So remember red clover. That's where I'll put the PDF printable on my Patreon page. So here's another thing that I wrote down, and this is amazing. Bless your enemies and you rob them of their ammunition. So if we can bless our enemies and using the law of non-resistant, then we take away their ammo. They can't hurt us then. They have no power over us. So it's a very interesting chapter, the law of non-resistance, you know, and I wrote down a few other things that they mentioned. Resist not evil. So they talked more about in this chapter too, like only believing in one power, and evil is a false law. Evil's not real. Evil is made by people in soul sleep. And I thought that was a cool definition, soul sleep. So what is soul sleep? Well, soul sleep is belief in sin and sickness and illusions. You see that playing out in the world right now. People believe in sickness. People believe in all this stuff, and it is they're in soul sleep. They're not awoke. They're not woke. They're not awakened to the laws of the universe. They're not awakened to the fact that there's only one energy, God. So evil is a false law. Then she goes in to talk about how you get what you have pictured in your mind. So whatever it is that you picture in your mind, that's what you get. That's what you get. If you picture sickness, you get sick. If you picture poverty, you get poor. And if you picture wealth, you get rich. So if you picture love, you get love, right? So whatever you picture, whatever you have pictured, that is what you get. And she gave like a couple examples too of like parents who are always looking for something to be wrong with their child, or like she gave the example, she saw like one of her friends who was a mother, and she's like, has Johnny gotten the measles yet? And the mom was like, not yet. So she was like expecting her child to get sick. She was projecting that energy on to her child. And if you picture sickness for yourself and others, that is what you are manifesting. So it was a pretty important part in the book to take notice of, and a good reminder for us to picture wealth and to picture happiness and fun and connection and love. Whatever you picture in your mind, that's what you get. So anyways, that was in the book. Here's a quote that I really resonated with. If you do not run your subconscious mind yourself, someone else will run it for you. And I have said before, like, you better make your own intentions or someone else will make them for you. Like, you take charge of your day or someone else will. So that was another good reminder for us to think our own thoughts. So here's what the second page of notes looks like. Think your own thoughts. So that might be a good affirmation for me to write down. I think my own thoughts. I'll have to go through my notes and like make a few more note cards, because these note cards that I have, that I'm writing, in the act of writing, when I'm done with them here, they go upstairs and they're in a little container by my bed, and I read them every morning and every night. And I should like have a midday read, but the day like flies by. The day flies by for sure. Like I don't even know how it's whatever time it is. 8 o'clock. Like what? Like what? All right, so here's some more stars to consider. Only send out good thoughts, and then you will only receive good thoughts. So that's something to remember. Only send out good thoughts, and then you only receive good thoughts. Have no fear, and only send goodwill to others. And you cannot be touched or influenced by the negative thoughts of others. So if you want supreme protection from other people not being able to use you as a doormat, you've been babysitting, you have to send out goodwill, have no fear, be fearless, and then you cannot be touched or influenced by the negative thoughts of others. So this was all in the chapter about the law of non-resistance. She also had a couple other really good stories about baptizing every event as if it is a success. So this live stream is a success in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, because this was the 1920s. And then you can transmute every failure into a success. So I now baptize my YouTube channel as a success in the name of the Father, and Son, and the Holy Spirit. And there we go. So be it. So other things to remember: bless everyone, send out love and goodwill. We kind of talked about that last time, but apparently we can't hear it enough because it's just so important. Hey, Robin Rose, we're on chapter 4 of the game of life and how to play it. And right now it's reminding us about the same stuff, about sending everyone goodwill and love and bless everybody. And what we picture in our head is what we get. So if I'm picturing negative things, I'm going to get negative things, right? If I'm picturing betrayal, I'm going to get betrayal. If I'm picturing sickness all the time, which is what our mainstream media is trying to get everyone to do all the time, picture sickness, that is what you will get. So picture health, picture wealth, picture love, and picture perfect self-expression. Bless everyone, send love and goodwill to everyone, and then no one can hurt you. So it basically, she doesn't say this in the book, but to me, it's like when you purify your energy, when you clean up your thoughts, when you have good intentions, when you're of pure heart, you are protected, right? You're not magnetizing jerk faces. So we were also talking about baptizing all our experiences as successes. So whatever we do, we bless it and baptize it as a success. So it's true. It's true. There are no mistakes, only lessons. All right, so here's the next page of my notes. Statements to make. So these were actual quotes from the book that I wrote down. And oh yeah, I highlighted and made a mess of it. But I wrote most of the important things that I wanted us to remember with these 3 statements, and each statement is like that long. Okay, here's a statement that we can make. Now this was from a story that I'm trying to think of the story. There was a woman who was kind of like getting annoyed. Yes, if you will get a new Gary, I'm sure. Gary's her turtle. It checked out last night. This lady was always constantly being put in like either a work setting or something, or with another lady who was very lack consciousness, and negative, and like everything that it was like everything that this woman did not want to be was this other woman, right? And so she was like, oh my gosh, like she found herself kind of like resenting her, you know, because like I don't want to be in lack consciousness, and now I got to hang out with old Susie over here, and she's like completely lack mentality. And Flossie told her, hey, you got to bless her and see her as, you know, see her for what she is. And so this is what she told her to say. Here's the statement to make. Every person is a golden link in the chain of my good. For all people are God in manifestation, awaiting the opportunities given by others to serve the divine plan of their lives. So she said this, and then like miraculously, like this woman, you know, her perspective changed, and then the woman, give me the damn book. I can't remember the story. I was trying so hard there to remember the story. All right, so all right, it says, let's see here, where did it go? Okay, so she had to bless this person, just like we blessed every situation and baptized every situation to be a success. Because she realized she was resisting this person, she was like, oh, you know, Flossie was like, you have to bless her, okay? And you're seeing two powers instead of one. So she blessed this person and baptized the situation success, right? So it's like me and old Susie of lack mentality, success in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And then she affirmed, as there is only one power, God, this person is here for my good and my prosperity. So she just told herself that. And soon after that, she met, through this person, a woman who gave her several $1,000s for service rendered. So this pain in the booty, negative, now she's negative Nancy, old Susie, ended up being the right person for this lady to make money, but not until she started blessing her and seeing her for the golden link in the chain of her good. So every person is a golden link in the chain of my good. For all people are God in manifestation, awaiting the opportunities given by others to serve the divine plan of their lives. So basically, we have to bless our enemies. If someone's annoying us, which like I had a whole list of people yesterday, I don't know if it was a full moon or what, but I was like, oh wow, everyone's driving me crazy, right? But it was me. It was my energy that was driving me crazy. They were just reflecting back to me what I needed to clean up. And once I cleaned up my energy, surprise, surprise, Sadie, they ain't so bad. Really. That's how it always is. So anyways, this is the great law of transmutation founded on non-resistance. Okay, here's the second statement to make. And this one was really good too, because like we need to like say good things right away and tell ourselves right away at the beginning of the day. So Flossie would say, now remember this is 1920s, okay? Thy will be done this day. Today is a day of completion. I give thanks for this perfect day. And this is my favorite part. Miracle shall follow miracle, and wonders shall never cease. So it's like you just wake up and you label the day right from the get-go. Today is a good day. Today is a day of completion, meaning I'm going to get some stuff done today. I give thanks for this day. See, like I need to do that a little bit better. Like I wake up and I'm like, ugh. Like I need to start like being a little bit more thankful right off the get-go. But I love miracle shall follow miracle. That just feels good to say it and think it and expect it. Miracle shall follow miracle, and wonders shall never cease. So you just start like saying these statements that, you know, you might need to put them in your own words. That's another thing we'll talk about that she talked about in chapter 4. the law of non-resistance. Like, you have to make them work for you. So yeah, I probably won't get up and be like, thy will be done this day, right? I'm probably not gonna. Today is a day of completion. Like, it's English, but like, everyone's like, what the hell are you talking about? But you know, I give thanks for this perfect day. No matter what happens, it's good. It's good. Now here's the third statement to make, and this will serve everyone and anyone who has a job, who needs to make money. This is one of the best statements I've ever heard, to make satisfying career. To make satisfying career. Yes, it's English. So you can replace whatever words. I'm going to use the word work, but you could use the word business if you had a business. I'll just read it and then don't. Okay, here we go. I just want to see if we're going to start barking or not. I have wonderful work in a wonderful way. I give wonderful service for wonderful pay. Go lay down. I have wonderful work in a wonderful way. I give wonderful service for wonderful pay. It's a little magic spell. Go lay down. We're barking at the neighbors. So you could say, I have wonderful business if you had a business or a shop. You know, I have wonderful business in a wonderful way. I give wonderful service for wonderful pay. So you can replace words however you need them. But it's a good thing to just imprint on your subconscious again and again that you have wonderful work. It comes to you in a wonderful way. You give wonderful service. Everybody loves you. And then you get wonderful pay. So she was giving the example that there was a woman who used the first half of this affirmation, and she did get lots of work, but she didn't hardly ever get paid or paid well. And Flossie was like, well, you got to do all 4 lines, right? You got to cover the ground. You got to make sure that, you know, you're telling the universe, because you were just asking for work. So you got work. Now ask for wonderful pay too. And anyway, so then she did the whole bit, and things turned around for her. I have wonderful work in a wonderful way. I give wonderful service for wonderful pay. So I'll post these on the blog, pictures, and then I'll stick the PDF printable or download on the red clover herb of the week. Oh my gosh, I wake up at 6 a.m. and I feel great. Good. There's my dogs gonna acting like dogs again, I see. All right, now my next page is a bunch of tricks. So I will read these to you, things that stuck out to me. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. Okay. 1, every affirmation must be carefully worded to completely cover the ground. Hi, Jacob. So that's why that lady wasn't getting paid, because she wasn't adding in wonderful pay. So before you do your affirmation, like was that last one, but we've talked about saying, go lay down under grace, right? You want to put under grace, like that money is divinely mine and will come to me under grace, right? So I want to cover the ground that it's going to come to me in a nice way. I don't have to get run over by a bus to get paid, right? Or, you know, make sure you cover the ground, right? So like if you wanted to manifest a friend or a lover, you know, like make sure you add a second line that says, who is kind-hearted and in my highest good, right? Because you don't just want to manifest any old lover. I want to manifest a lover who is kind-hearted and, you know, has my best interests in mind and my highest good, for the highest good of all, so be it. I mean, really cover the ground on that one. Mine will have subclauses and subclauses and subclauses. I would not say that affirmation until I was certain the ground was covered. All right, I don't know why I thought that was so funny. All right, next trick. Only use affirmations that are absolutely satisfying and convincing to your own consciousness. So if I give you an affirmation and say, and this sounds like total BS, that's not your affirmation. We need to fix that affirmation and edit it and customize it so that you believe it. It's convincing to you. It feels good, right? So, it is my divine right to have plenty, right? Does that feel okay, right? If it's not absolutely satisfying, then we've got to adapt the words to suit you. So if you find an affirmation that you're like, well, I like the sound of that, but I feel like I would like these words instead, then change it. You're allowed to change the words to suit you, and you only want to use affirmations that are absolutely satisfying and convincing to your own consciousness so that they work. If not, they're not going to work, because like you're going to say it, but in the back of your head, you're going to be like, this is such shit. All right, gonna keep it clean here tonight, folks. Another trick is make an affirmation immediately upon waking. So let that be your goal tomorrow at 6 a.m. Hippie 25. Start your day off. The first thought, as soon as you're even aware that you are awake, or like you say, today is a day of completion. All right, see, we gotta edit that because that doesn't really sit well with me either. Maybe say, I give thanks for this perfect day. Ooh, that will be a good one. So we're not even awake yet. There's like still drool, right? You're like, today is a perfect day, right? I give thanks for this perfect day. I give thanks for this perfect day. Miracle shall follow miracle. I give thanks for this perfect day. So whatever it is that like sits well with you, try to make an affirmation immediately upon waking. Like sometimes when I know I'm going to be a challenge to myself that day, I try to say right away, I am happy. I'm happy to be alive. I am so happy to be alive, right? Okay, good. I'm so happy to be alive, right? Like I just try to tell myself that you're happy, okay? Get up and do this. All right, one more trick of the trade is you can put out the request to Spirit. You can say, Infinite Spirit, don't let me miss a trick. Infinite Spirit, don't let me miss a trick. And so that's telling your guides, your angels, everything that like you want to see the opportunities, you want to know what's up, you want to hear the messages, you want to see the signs. Infinite Spirit, don't let me miss a trick. Okay, now those are the tricks. This 2 more pages, and then I think I'm done talking about it. Now here is a must-do list, not a to-do. This is a must-do list. So here's what you must do to make the law of non-resistance work for you and to win at the game of life. Here's your must-do list. Live suspended in the moment. I like how she said that, because like now we just say like be in the now moment, stay in the present. Live suspended in the moment. So it's like right here, right now, slowing down, suspended in this moment, right? Which helps us accomplish the second must do, be spiritually alert. So when you slow down enough to be conscious of your inhale and your exhale and the sounds around you and the hum of the laptop, and it's like all of a sudden you're more keen, you're more alert, you're spiritually available now. When you're like yak 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 yak, Spirit's like hey, but you're just like, you're too busy. You're too chattery, you're worrying, so you gotta slow down, be suspended in the moment, be spiritually alert, await your leads and hunches. So you are spiritually alert, you're paying attention, you're not letting things distract you, you're staying open, you're staying focused, right? You're in the now moment, you're fully present. You're gonna await. You're waiting for your leads and your hunches and your intuitive hits and your, oh, I got a nudge to run to the kitchen. I'm gonna run to the kitchen, right? So you get your hunch. Remember, we never disobey our hunches. Those are important. So then you take advantage of every opportunity. So once you're in that good place of being spiritually alert in the moment, you take that opportunity when it comes knocking. All right, so another must-do thing is begin the day with the right words. We're gonna try. And you know, usually I do kind of okay. I did struggle today, like my morning podcast. I was such a grouch. I was so tired. I just wanted coffee. Tomorrow's gonna be better. Tomorrow I'm gonna begin the day with the right words as soon as I wake up. And then I'm going to make affirmations a daily habit. You must make affirmations a daily habit. So you go to dollar store, get yourself some index cards, write yourself. You can take a little stack with you in your purse, wherever you go, back pocket. You got a break during the day, read your affirmations. You know, you gotta go to the bathroom, take your affirmations out of your pocket, read them while you're going to the bathroom. I mean, you know, you could do it. Or just pick maybe one affirmation and be like, today I repeat all day long this affirmation. I was gonna say, I guess you could say that I bless my enemies. I don't know if that's a good affirmation or not. Let me see. Like you could pick one affirmation. I baptize every event a success. Or a good one I think would be I bless everyone. I bless everyone. So then that's like, okay, tomorrow's Tuesday. My affirmation on Tuesday is I bless everyone. I'm gonna say it as soon as I wake up. I'm gonna begin my day with the right words. I'm gonna make my affirmation all day long, like a daily habit. Like I'm just psychotic about it until I get it in my subconscious that I bless everyone. And then, you know what you've magically done? You've dissolved the thought of even having any enemies or anyone you don't like, because you bless everyone. I bless everyone. And when you get to the point of you blessing everyone genuinely, then everyone will bless you. It is law. So you make your affirmations a daily habit, and then you see the wonders and miracles come into your life. When you change your energy and your thoughts and your words, you will see the wonders and miracles come into your life. You will. And the last thing on the must-do list is know it is your divine right to have plenty. So that's the one I wrote here. It is your divine right to have plenty, more than enough. So get it in your head. All right, I don't know what this last page is all about. But this is the last page of the notes from chapter 4. This is a great book, you guys. And, you know, I really think I like this book, but if you don't have time to read, I have seen, of course, because YouTube's a creep, and as soon as you type in one thing into your search bar, don't they just bombard you with suggested videos? So now, you know, I'm seeing Florence Scovel Shin videos everywhere. I'm seeing books everywhere. I'm finding other writings that I didn't know that she had. Like I said, everyone, their brother has recorded some Flossie, so you can connect with this energy. I made a playlist that I'll add this video to as well. But so I have the first 3 Flossie and Sades, and then I put in another video that I thought would be very helpful. It's a great audiobook, and it is quick. It's like an hour long, and the way the lady reads it is like this. And like while you're doing the dishes or driving, or like I was flipping through magazines and I just listened to it. as the more that we hear this stuff again and again and again, the more we're going to be able to use it, have access to it, and have it work in our life. So that's what this page is about, I guess, because the first thing that I wrote at the top, it says, break down the barriers of lack in your consciousness, and the golden age will be yours. So the only thing basically stopping us from manifesting all the good stuff that we want is our own barriers that we have made in our minds, in our consciousness, that have to do with lack. Like, you know, it's like we apparently don't believe yet that it is our divine right to have plenty. So our job is to break down these barriers of lack in our consciousness, and then the golden age will be ours. Every righteous desire will be fulfilled. So what do we need to do? Everything I just said, we need to do all that. Plus, show faith in God and financial fearlessness. So she talked again in this chapter about how this financial fearlessness, like if we are hoarding money, like we're never going to get money ever again. This is going to be the last dollar that I don't know. I just have to hold tight to it because I don't know when I'm going to get another one. That attitude is lack consciousness. So we have to show faith in God, that God's going to be our supply, and there's a supply for every demand. And so financial fearlessness is spending that dollar. So anyways, but you have to have that faith too. You know what I mean? Like you got to like build up to it and be like, you know what? Yeah, more money is going to find me, and I'm not afraid to use this money. So she talked about that. Look with wonder at that which is before you. Remember to do that. Really start to look at all the beautiful blessings and with wonder, and expect miracles after miracles, right? Oh gosh, I just love that so much. Miracles. Miracle shall follow miracle. To just roll in. Wonders shall never cease. I give thanks for this perfect day. Today is the day of completion. That's good. Thy will be done this day. It is your divine right to have plenty, more than enough. So if you want to manifest more money, more work, more abundance, more income, I have wonderful work in a wonderful way. I give wonderful service for wonderful pay. So I have wonderful podcast in a wonderful way. I give wonderful entertainment for wonderful pay. See, I'm going to have to change the words to suit me, you know. So you'll have to change the words to suit you as well. If you've got some specifics, if you have anything that you can tailorize that affirmation to make it yours, do it, because it's going to be that much more effective. So anyways, you guys, I'm going to make a few more affirmation cards. I'll upload these to the blog, herboracle.blogspot.com. That's how you say that. And just remember, it is your divine right to have plenty, to have more than enough. So by the end of this book, I am sure of it, that we are going to break down those barriers of lack consciousness. I am sure enough that we are going to have more faith in God and be able to demonstrate financial fearlessness. I am sure that we are going to have wonder as we look out through the day. We're going to take advantage of every opportunity. We're going to be spiritually alert. We're going to live suspended in the moment. We're going to follow our hunches, because that's our intuition, that's our inside learning, that's our inside knowing. We're going to begin the day with right words. We're going to make affirmations a daily habit. Rawr. We're going to adapt all this to suit us, and it's going to work, you guys. So anyways, on that note, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed with my other book that I got. Unless Marley's reading it. We got a book about Merlin. So that might be cool too. But anyways, thanks for hanging out with me again to go over another chapter. I really appreciate you doing this because it's going to help you. We can test it out, you guys. We can test it out, but you got to give it a go. So this was all about the law of non-resistance. Remember to be water. Robin Rose, thanks so much for hanging out. I told Ostiel about your name and we just love it. We just love it, love it, love it. So be water. I remember Gracie, not my dog, Gracie from YouTube. Hi, Gracie. She always reminded me to be water, and it was cool at the time, but now it's really, really cool now that I'm hanging out with Flossie and I'm hearing it again, and I'm being reminded how much it would serve me to be water and to never let anything give me a rise or upset me. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I can just stay flowing and non-resistant, that will be my power. And it can be your power too. All right, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I love you. I appreciate you. And be water. Or tea. Well, I want to be tea. All right, you guys, have a great night. And come hang out with me tomorrow at Herb Oracle. We'll pull some tarot cards. We'll do that. And I'm going to wake up happier tomorrow. Hold me to it. Hold me accountable. Okay, see you guys. Do you want to interrupt again? Hey, do you want to interrupt again? Now's your last chance.